2024. I, Anju Thomas, 4th year BSc Nursing student, feel honored to be a host on this special occasion. International Nurses Day annual observance held on May 12th commemorates the birth of Florence Nightingale in 1820, the foundational philosopher of modern nursing. Every year, on this day, we celebrate the enormous contribution our nursing professionals make across the health and social care, our communities and the world. Without further ado, let us start today's program. Now I request our principal, Professor Mrs. Molly Saldana, to escort the dignitaries to the stage. Thank you, Madam. Prayer is a great tower of strength, a pillar of unending righteousness, a mighty force that moves mountains and saves all. I welcome Mr. Jessel and Tansira for starting the day with the blessing of God. Please be seated during the prayer.
أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Translation. In the name of Allah, the most blessed, the most merciful, all praises for Allah who has relieved the book of His servant, allowing no crookedness in it, making it perfectly upright to warn the disbelievers of severe torment from Him, to give good news to the believers who do good, that they will have a fine reward, in which they will remain forever, and to warn those who claim Allah has offspring. They give no knowledge of this, nor did his forefathers. What a terrible claim that comes out of its mouth. They say nothing but lies.
Thank you, friends, for the soulful prayer. A table full of welcome makes scarce one a dainty dish. May I request Ms. Sujila, Assistant Lecturer of Kanachur College of Nursing Science, to welcome the gathering.
The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, said Mahatma Gandhi. Welcome the task that makes you to go beyond yourself. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to welcome you all here today for the Nurses' Day celebration, which is a splendid moment for every nurse. Of having enough time lies not in working more hours, but in the proper planning of hours. If your action creates a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, then you are an excellent leader. It stands true with the chairman, Dr. Haji U.K. Monu, Kanachur Institute of Medical Sciences. We are delighted to have you on this occasion, and I welcome you, sir. May I request Mr. Dinas Kamaruddin, SNA Vice President, to welcome sir with applause. Positive leaders empower people to accomplish their goals, and they have the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. We have with us the most respected chief guest, Professor Alice Daniel, Principal, Malik Dina College of Nursing, Kasaragod. We humbly acknowledge your hero, accepting our invitation, and we are privileged to have you with us. I heartily welcome you, ma'am, for this function. I request our Honorable Chairman to welcome Professor Alice Daniel by offering a plant. It it was his unwavering support and guidance that helped us see our strength, weakness, and build the confidence in us. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the support of Mr. Abdul Rahman, Director, Kanachu Institute of Medical Sciences. I welcome you, sir. I request Ms. Juna Jojo, SNA Secretary, to welcome sir with a flower. Leaders are made, they are not born. They are made by hard effort, which is the price which all of us must pay to achieve any goal that is worthwhile. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our backbone Principal Professor Molly Salghana, Kanachu College of Nursing Sciences. Welcome you, ma'am. I request Ms. Sia Mary Sunny, SNA Treasurer, to welcome ma'am with the flower. We offer a pleasing welcome to Dr. Shanavaz Manipadi, Associate Medical Superintendent, Kanachu Hospital and Research Center. We offer a cordial welcome to Dr. Harish Shetty, Medical Superintendent, Kanachu Hospital and Research Center. A warm welcome to Dr. Rohan Monis, Chief Administrator and Medical Officer, Kanachu Hospital and Research Center. I bid a pleasant welcome to Mrs. Shaila Sridharan, Nursing Superintendent, Kanachu Hospital and Research Center. Welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome Mrs. Josie Paul, Deputy Nursing Superintendent, Kanachu Hospital and Research Center. Welcome you, ma'am. A special welcome to all. I welcome the IT and media personnel for the presence as well as efforts taken to broadcast this program. I welcome you all. A cheerful welcome to staff nurses of Kanachu Hospital and Research Center, campus officer and hostel wardens. Welcome you all. Who are the organizer of today's event, and all the students, invitees, a happy International Nurses Day to you all. Thank you.
Welcome you too. On Nurses Day, let us inaugurate not just a moment, but a moment of compassion and care as water sustain the plant communities. I welcome Professor Alice Daniel to inaugurate the occasion, and I also request all other dignitaries to join.
ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಚೆ
This spirited performance set the tone for the week ahead, resonating with the spirit of dedication and compassion emblematic of the nursing profession. Day 2nd, which is on May 7, an allocation competition on the theme The Future of Nursing, Embracing Technological Advancement, showcased the intellectual prowess and forward-thinking mindsets of our students. Participants from Kanachu College of Nursing Sciences exhibited remarkable insights reflecting their readiness to embrace innovation in nursing practices. Day 3rd, which was on May 8th, the spirit of benevolence shone brightly as our students visited the Mercity Orphanage Panel, where they conducted a comprehensive health awareness program focusing on hand hygiene. Beyond the informative sessions, the day was filled with joyous activities including games, craft making, and a heartwarming talent show by the children. As a gesture of solidarity and support, a generous fund of 15,000 rupees was collected by our students and donated to the orphanage, accompanied with essential items like clothes, sweets, and bath towels. On day 4, May 9th, an intercollegiate videography competition was held, which was themed Our Nurse, Our Future, the Economic Power of Care, which was brought together aspiring filmmakers from various colleges across Karnataka. The competition promises to showcase the creative narratives depicting the pivotal role of nurse in shaping the future of healthcare, and the results will be announced shortly. Day 5, which was yesterday, May 10th, in a bid to reinforce the significance of hand hygiene, an awareness program was organized for the staff of Kanachur Hospital and Research Center alongside second year BSc Nursing student of Kanachur College of Nursing Sciences. Mrs. Anne Bernays, Associate Professor, Department of Medical Surgical Nursing, Kanachur College of Nursing Sciences, led an engaging session emphasizing the importance of hand washing in healthcare. The staff of Kanachur Hospital and Research Center actively participated and performed during the event. The day 6, May 11th, which is today, the highlight of our celebration is the official Nurses Day program. Today we will honor the winners of the different competitions. The cultural performances are planned collaboratively with Kanachur College of Nursing students and staff of Kanachur Hospital and Research Center. It will be going to be a big event celebrating the strong commitment and hard work of nurses in helping people. In conclusion, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the management, vice principal of Kanachur College of Nursing Sciences, NS, DNS and staffs of Kanachur Hospital and Research Center, members of the Student Nurses Association, and all those who involved in this program for their unwavering commitment and relentless efforts in organizing this enriching week-long program. Together, we reaffirm our collective resolve to honor and empower the nursing community, incorporating the ethos of care and compassion embraced by Florence Nightingale herself. I wish all you happy International Nurses Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. I'm profoundly delighted to introduce today our chief guest, Professor Alice Daniel, who has graciously accepted our invitation. Professor Alice Daniel has completed her post-BSc Nursing from National College of Nursing, Chandigarh, Punjab University, and has attained post-graduation from Rajkumari Amrit Kaur College of Nursing, New Delhi, Delhi University. Madam has also completed MPhil of Nursing from Manipal College of Nursing, Manipal University. She worked as a staff nurse in Government Hospital, Bhopal, and also worked as a staff nurse in the Ministry of Health of Saudi Arabia for 3 years. Madam started her teaching career at Father College of Nursing, Mangalore as an assistant lecturer for 5 years. Then worked in SCS College of Nursing as a principal for 3 years and 6 months. Further worked in Malik Dina College of Nursing, Kasargod as principal for 20 years. Currently, she is working as a director of nursing in Malik Dina College of Nursing and Hospital. Madam rendered services to TNI as Kerala State Executive Member for 7 years and carrying out question paper setting for many universities. And also, she is the inspector for conducting College of Nursing inspection for Kerala State Nursing Council and Kerala University of Health Sciences. We are honored to have such a distinguished person with us on this day. I request Madam to address the gathering.
Of you present here, respected Dr. Haji UK Monu, the chairman of Kanachur Islamic Education Trust, Mr. Abdul Rahman, Director, Kanachur Institute of Medical Sciences, and other dignitaries present on dais, Principal College of Nursing, Mrs. Professor Molly Saldana, and her entire team, the other faculty members of this college, dear students, the non-teaching staff, and all others present here. I am highly privileged and pleased to be here amidst of you to celebrate the International Nurses Day today. You know that who was Florence Nightingale and why we conduct International Nurses Day. Florence Nightingale is the founder of modern nursing, and her birthday we celebrate as International Nurses Day. Throughout the world, May 12th, today is May 11th, actually tomorrow is her birthday. Unfortunately, tomorrow is Sunday, so it is a holiday for all of us. That is how we could keep it today. The nurses, International Nurses Day and the week, it commences from May 6th to May 12th. We inaugurate the Nurses Week on May 6th, and various programs and activities planned ahead of time, seminars, conference, sometimes the competitions among staff nurses, student nurses, and all nursing fraternity. And the valedictory function, we keep it on May 12th. With valedictory function, that year's Nurses Week will end. Are you all happy in celebration of birthday? Yes. Yes. So today, we should be happy enough to celebrate our founder of modern nursing, the birthday of Florence Nightingale. When we take the background of Florence Nightingale, I don't know how many of you know very thoroughly about her life. She was born on May 12, 1820 in a small town known as Florence in Italy. She was born as a second daughter of her wealthy English parents. Her parents were from England, but her father was interested in traveling. He moved from one place to another place because of his interest in traveling. That is how she was born in Florence, Italy. Italy is in, you know that it is one of the European country. And her father was a college graduate on those days. You can imagine it is 200 years back. And her mother was a daughter of a member of parliament, MP in British Parliament. So you can understand, she was born and brought up in a very educated family, and her parents were well qualified. Her elder sister's name was Parthe, and we don't know much about her. And during their childhood, their parents provided everything, all facilities. The parents wanted both of their daughters to come up in life with good education and qualification. So the governors were appointed for taking care of these children. And very beginning itself, Florence Nightingale learned many languages, and her father also was interested to learn many languages other than English. He was knowing French, German, and so many other languages. So her father taught her many languages, And you know that those days in the world, around the world, only few educational institutions, universities or colleges were there. Those days few girls were allowed to take graduation in science subjects. Florence Nightingale was very intelligent and good in studies, so she could take science subjects on her merit. Only boys were allowed to take all subjects in universities and colleges because of scarcity of educational institutions. But because of her merit in marks, a good scholar in studies, she could get admission in science subjects in a college. During her 17 years of age, she moved out to other country for her education. Then she was observed the social condition of people living in different areas was very poor. Poverty was there in European countries too. It was uncivilized. Hygienic conditions also were poor. Poor standards of living. That caused her to divert her mind in some other aspects. Her mind was devoted to social service right from the beginning. But her parents were not willing. They wanted to do her best of her educational qualification, and they wanted to marry her at the right age. But she decided. She was very beautiful in looking. She was very good in study. So many young boys came to propose her. But she told her parents, my call is something different. I had to find my own way to live. That is how she refused to marry, and she moved for doing some kind of humanity services to the mankind. She visited place to place, Germany, Italy, Rome, Egypt, America, Austria, Switzerland. All these countries she visited during her college days. And she was a keen observer of the living condition of the people there. And she realized that something, social reforms has to take place to improve better standards among people. So that is how she turned towards the profession, which is what she realized that my service is to be for the poor people and the people, those who are in need. In 1852, she decided to do nursing. Those days there was no training school, nothing. So her parents rather unwillingly consented her to go to Paris, the capital of France, and do studies. That was the studies, what it was, the work of Charity of Sisters. So she learned and attended a 10-day retreat there along with nun sisters and keenly observed their way of living, their moral character, the discipline, everything she understood. A lot of things they learned from her. Afterwards, she decided. Nursing was not well organized or established those days. It is nun sisters' charity work only was. The religious people will give some kind of training. and they will not award any certificate or degree for it. And they are equipped with skill and some kind of knowledge to take care of the sick people hospitalized. So she learned those basic things from them, and she was about to join as a superintendent in King College Hospital in London after coming back from Paris. In 1854, the Crimean War broke out. So a news spread everywhere in England. You know that Crimea is a place in Russia. Russia wanted to invade Turkey. Russia wanted to capture some of the territories of Black Sea and occupy that area. So England and Germany helped and supported Turkey against Russia. So the war broke out in Crimea. Crimea was the border place of Russia. Now it is a border of Ukraine. So that time, no nurses were available. Only France and Russia, they had few trained people, those who were able to take care of the patients. But in England, there was no trained people. Only untrained men were employed to take care of the soldiers during wartime. So this news spread everywhere, and help, they appealed from England, if anybody is interested to take care of the soldiers, you can come forward. So Florence Nightingale realized it is the ideal time for me to join and take care of the wounded soldiers. So she assembled and gathered 38 young ladies. She has given some training for them and moved to Crimea. And in Scutari, a place near to Crimea, they landed there, and there they had 2 hospitals. And these wounded soldiers were placed in these 2 hospitals. When she saw the condition of the hospital and the crowd of the patient, she was amazed. And the patients were wounded soldiers in blood-soaked uniforms. There were no clothes to change. The hygienic condition of the hospital and the halls were very poor. The soldiers were dumped there. From the wound, the pus was coming out. No food was served to them. After long hours, food was served. That was of very poor quality. And sanitation facility was very poor. So around 1,500 wounded soldiers were there for her to take care. So she assembled hardly 50 nurses were there with her. So 50 nurses and 1,500, more than 1,500 soldiers and other people were there. So imagine, she thought in her mind, I have to take the leadership, and she was a commander to take care of the wounded soldiers. And no money was there. Many times she has to spend from her own pocket. And she settled the clinics, the wards, hygienic condition of the hospital and wards, she improved. The quality of food, she set up 5 kitchens there. And the quality of food, she served according to the needs of soldiers. Somehow she arranged and collected linen or the dress for the soldiers and changed their linens. Water scarcity was there, so she informed the authorities, and water facility was brought to the hospital, and no soap, nothing was there. So everything she arranged. Some of the things, financial help, she received from others, rich people, and she spent a lot of money from her own. So somehow she managed to take care of the patient, and out of that 1,542 percent of people died, the wounded soldiers, because of unhygienic condition that created or caused many communicable diseases to break out. So that was the main reason, not because of the infection they died. The cholera was the epidemic broke out because of this poor standard of living, and many of them died off with cholera infection. And afterwards, her name was scattered around. She was well known in England. Even the Queen Elizabeth I, she was impressed by her work. And all, she was politically an influenced person. She was influenced with the Queen and many other cabinet ministers of England of those days. She has come across and demanded help, financial help, and a proper hospital set up everywhere in England. Very few hospitals were there, and hospitals were not in that situation what we are seeing today. Today the science is advanced, the technology advanced, lot of facilities we can provide all over the world. But those days, 200 years back, it was very poor. We understand that 17th and 18th century was known as the darkest period of history. Nothing was there. When child abandonment, orphanages, and child labor, it was very common. Many of the children died before they reached 12 or 15 years of age. So what we are seeing today, we are living in a modern world now. But when we look back, the condition around the world, it was not so good. So a Crimean War completely turned her name and position. She was well known all around the world. Again, she started traveling from place to place, how she can reform the hospital, and her intention was to start a training program for nurses. So along with so many other dignitaries and well-known personalities, the doctor, surgeon, she met with them, asked with them how to start a training school for the nurses. So in 1860, many people, especially Mr. Sidney Herbert and his wife, and Florence Nightingale, along with many other people, decided to start a hospital, that is St. Thomas Hospital was established in London. And there she established a first school of nursing in the world. She took or screened 15 young nurses, young women. She gathered, interviewed, and given training. Training means 1 year training it was. And after successful completion of the training, she was given a certificate and given them a post as probationary period. And she classified her training program into 2 sessions. That is, one session the women can, or those who are interested to join for nursing, they can pay and study. The tuition fees was very minimal. And after completion of their course, she decided to keep them in the same hospital for 2 years. Another categorization, she decided to give free education to the women, those who are interested. And for them, she said, 3 years you have to work. So these 2 conditions she kept for admissions. And so many young women joined for nursing. And afterwards, lot of things she has done. Many people from across the globe visited her nursing institute, the training school, America, Germany, and other places. Her own trained probationers, after getting adequate experience and knowledge, they moved out, or she sent them out to start training schools in different different countries. So the same pattern of School of Nursing established many places in the world. So that is how the nursing profession came into existence. Today in lamp lighting ceremony, but the pledge we take is, it is given by Florence Nightingale. Now the nursing has established well advanced in technologies, specialization in many other forms. We have diploma program, A&M program, degree program, postgraduate degree, doctorate program, postdoctoral program. Many educational facilities are there. But whatever it is, like Florence Nightingale, we should be able to say that it is a call from the divine power. You should not join nursing for somebody's force or somebody's motivation. It should be your will, and it is you think that you entered into this profession, it is a call from the divine power. Then only you can shine in our profession. Any professional fields, you can see the domains. That is the psychomotor domain we say in nursing, the knowledge, skill and attitude. So these three aspects has to go hand in hand. If you have knowledge, you don't have attitude and skill, you cannot be an effective nurse. You have attitude, other two missing, then you cannot be an effective nurse. You cannot take care of your patients. So these three things, it has to move hand in hand. That is your head, heart and hand. Head, the knowledge comes. Heart, the attitude comes. And hand, skill. The nursing is a practical oriented, 100% practical profession. You do and learn the things. You are not doing, you cannot be a nurse. Florence Nightingale kept so many criteria for nursing profession. The first thing she said is, the nurses training should be in a practical training and it should be done in a hospital setup. That's why our theory and practical is there. Theory some hours INC Indian Nursing Council put up and more hours given to practical side. Other thing she suggested is all nursing education and nursing activities must be supervised and directed by a nurse. It should not be directed by other personals or other field people. Then the theory and practical should be correlated. It should have close association with theory and practice. What you are learning in the classroom, what the demonstration, the procedure you learn in the laboratories, it has to be practiced in the clinical area when you are encounter with your patients. Then what she said is the nurses under training, the training graduates should be placed in a house or in a hostel in order to form a moral character and discipline. These are the things she put up, and she improved everywhere, wherever she goes. She has given focus and insisted upon good ventilation, good sunlight, hygienic conditions, sanitation facilities, it should be provided. Whatever it is needed for the promotion of health, that she has given emphasis. And she has written many books and notes on promotion of health. Students, I wanted to tell you that when you are in the clinical area, take care of your patient with a smile on your face. Whatever it may be, we may have unfavorable situation, lot of unpleasant events in our life. but it should not be depicted or expressed in front of your patient. The patient comes to the hospital with 100% of hope that the nurses and doctors will heal their disease. They can go home with full-fledged health. So they are depending on us. So we have to take care of the patient till they are in the hospital, and when they come for follow-up, you have to suggest them when they have to come for follow-up. Your responsibility not finishes when they are in the hospital. From admission to discharge and follow-up time, it is our responsibility to take care of them. Not only the patient, we have to give health education. The family members of bystander also we should give how they have to live in a healthy way. The ultimate aim of education is bring changes in one's life, modification of behavior. Today we can see when the educated people are indulged in smoking, alcoholism, drug addicts, lot of social evils and social injustice is there among the people. People are creating problem for themselves. Your health is in your hand. You want to be healthy, you can very well adopt a healthy way of living. If you want to spoil, you can very well spoil your health, indulging all this kind of social evils. So students, I wish you all best of luck for your training to complete, and with full dedication and commitment, you have to do your job. Even after successful completion of your course, you may fly off to different countries. Wherever you are, take care of your patient without any discrimination in caste, color, creed or religion. All are human beings. Everyone's blood color is red. All human beings' needs are almost similar. Some needs will be different because individuals are unique in nature. So take care of your patients well, and I wish you all the best for your training. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspirational words. It's the most awaited moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to honor and celebrate the exceptional talent that we have witnessed this week. Now, I request Ms. Sona Sajan, SNA Advisor, Assistant Advisor, to announce the winners of various competitions held as a part of Nurses Week and World Health Day.
A pleasant morning to all. On behalf of World Health Day, we conducted one poster competition. Now I will announce the winners. Winners, you can come forward and collect your prizes. May I now request our chairman, Dr. Haji UK Monusa, today's chief guest, Professor Alice Daniel, to hand over the prizes to our students. For poster making competition, first prize backed by Miss Mariette Minoi and Miss Maria George. Second prize, Miss Binju Joby and Miss Dalia Saji. Third prize, Miss Alfia and Miss Sneha Shaji. As a part of Nurses Day, we were conducted elocution competition and videography competition. Winners for elocution competition, first prize Miss Nandana GR from 4th year BSc Nursing. Maria Binoi, 3rd year BSc Nursing. And for third place, Miss Jovita from 3rd year BSc Nursing. Videography Competition. First prize backed by Mangalore Group of Institution, Mr. Arif Shahjahan and team. SCS College of Nursing Sciences, Mr. Bivan Babu and team. Prize goes to Kanachur College of Nursing Sciences. Congratulations to the students. Thank you. Have a nice day.
I get to thank all of you. Sorry for it. I express my gratitude and thanks to Kanachur College of Nursing Management, the authority, the chairman and other dignitaries present here, and your principal, Professor Molly Sadana. She was my student in Father Muller's. I am very proud to say. And thank you all for remembering me and inviting me to celebrate the Nurses' Day at my own state, Kasaragod. And actually I wanted to settle in Mangalore. I purchased a little land also in Mangalore. But unfortunately when I moved to Kasaragod, I sold it 5 years back. And many of my students are placed in Mangalore, where his College of Nursing as principals, the NITE principal Fatima De Silva and AJ Shetty principal Larissa and Risa Mathias, Sabita Naik, they are all my students. Thank you all. I liked your group and the audience. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, ma'am. A great mentor inspires dreams, encourages creativity, builds confidence, instills a love of learning, touches our hearts and changes our life forever. I feel privileged to welcome our respected chairman, Dr. Haji UK Monu sir, for the presidential address.
Assalamu alaikum. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಡೇ ಇದರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ ದಿನಾರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರು, ಅಲೀಂ ಡೇನಿಯಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ನನ್ನ ಪುತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರು, ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಡೇಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ನಾನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಅವರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ 100ಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಯಾವುದೇ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೊಳೆಯಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನೋಡಿದ ಈ ಟಿ ವಿ ಪರದೆಯ ಮುಖವಾಡದ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಖವು ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಮುಖದ ಮೇಲೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವರ ಪಾಠ ನಾವು ವರ್ಷ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಡೇ ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, 19ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೊಗಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ತದಾ ಮೇಡಮಿಗೆ? ನನಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನು ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾರಣೀಭೂತರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಈ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷವೂ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನನ್ನ ಪರಿಸರದಲ್ಲಿರುವವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅದೇ ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಅಜ್ಜನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳುವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಬಡವರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಂಥವಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಮದರ್ ತೆರೇಸಾ, ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಹಾನ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು. ನನಗೆ ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮದರ್ ತೆರೇಸಾ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಧ್ರದ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನನಗೆ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಮದರ್ ತೆರೇಸಾ ಏನು, ಅವರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವರು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪಾಠ, ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಿದ್ದರು, ರಾಜವಂಶಸ್ಥರಿದ್ದರು. ರಾಜವಂಶಸ್ಥರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇದ್ದರು. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ದೇಶದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಪಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರು. ಅವರ ಮಗಳು ಖಾಲಿ ಈ ರೋಗಿಗಳನ್ನು ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಮಾಡುವ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಆ ಥರ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನರ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರ ಅಕ್ಕ ತಂಗಿಯರು ಅಥವಾ ಮೋದಿಯವರ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಮ್ಮಂದರು ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರು ಅಥವಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾವಂತ MP ಗಳು, ಅವರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಯಾರು ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ MP ಯಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ MP ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಅನುಕೂಲಸ್ಥರು, ರಾಜವಂಶಸ್ಥರು. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಈ ಫೀಲ್ಡನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಡ ರೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಅದು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಿಗೆ, ಬಡ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಬಡವರಿಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಅಶಕ್ತರಿಗೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲ ಏನು 200 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೀವು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ 200 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರ ಅಜ್ಜ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅಥವಾ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರ ಅಜ್ಜ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ತುಂಡು ತುಂಡು ರಾಜರುಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಆಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. 200 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನರು ಆಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 800 ವರ್ಷ, 200 ವರ್ಷ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಆಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು. ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರನ್ನ ಒಂದು 5 ವರ್ಷ ಆಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಕರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಸೂಜಿ ಗಡ್ಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಸೂಜಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಅನ್ನ, ಕಾಳು, ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳು ಯುರೋಪ್ನಿಂದ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಅವರ ಊರಿನಿಂದ ತಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಗೋಧಿ. ನನ್ನ ವಯಸ್ಸು 5, 1960ನ ಸಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಅನ್ನ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 1 ಸೇರು ಕಿಲೋ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆವಾಗ ಕಿಲೋ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ತದನಂತರ 1 ಸೇರು ಅಕ್ಕಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 3 ಸೇರು ಧಾನ್ಯ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಪಾಳೆಗಾರರು, ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರರುಗಳು ಅವರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅದರ ಕೂಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. 1 ದಿನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇವರು ನೆಗಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ TV ಅವರು, 1 ಸೇರು ಅಕ್ಕಿ, 1 ದಿನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ 1 ಹೆಣ್ಣಾಳು, ಗಂಡಾಳು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ 2 ಸೇರು ಅಕ್ಕಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಕೊಡುವವರು ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರರು, ಪಾಳೆಗಾರರು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಸ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬಾಳ್ಯದ ಪಾಲಿನವರಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂಥ ದೇಶ ನಮ್ಮದು. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಣೆಕಟ್ಟು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ರೋಡ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೆವು. ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳ ವಿಚಾರ ಬಿಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗಂತೂ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಒಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಥರದ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಂತೂ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಅವರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಇನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ನನಗೆ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅವರು ಯಾರ ಮಗ, ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ಏನು, ಅವರ ತಾಯಿ ಏನು, ಅವರ ಸಹೋದರಿ ಏನು, ಅವರೆಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಬರೀ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಸಾಲದು. ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಕಣಚೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಥರದ ಲೆಸನ್, ಈ ಥರದ ಪಾಠ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೋ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಮೈ ಬಿ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಕು ಇವರಿಗಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ಡದ ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗುಡ್ಡ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ವತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪರ್ವತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದುವರೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ನರ್ಸಸ್ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಶುಭವನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್.
A grateful heart is the best kind to have. Our no duty is urgent than giving thanks. I call upon Ms. Nandana from 4th year BSc Nursing for the word of thanks.
As a token of love and gratitude, I request our chairman to hand over the memento to our chief guest, Professor Alice Daniel.
All beautiful art is gratitude. Good morning, one and all gathered here. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty for making today's occasion a remarkable one. We are grateful to our Honorable Chairman of Kanshur Islamic Education Trust, Dr. R.J. U.K. Monu sir, for his valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. Thank you, sir. Very much obliged to thank our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Mrs. Alice Daniel, Director of Nursing, Malik Dinar College and Hospital. We are truly fortunate for her presence and for enlightening discourse she shared with us. Madam, you are really head treasure for the nursing profession. Thank you so much, ma'am. I devote my sincere gratitude Dr. Abdul Rahman, Director of Kanshur Institute of Medical Science, for encouraging us with his humble presence and good wishes. Thank you, sir. I sincerely thank our beloved principal, Professor Mrs. Molly Sardana ma'am, for her stewardship, support, vision and commitment. Thank you, ma'am, for your unstinted support and guidance. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Hari Shetty sir, Medical Superintendent, Kanshur Hospital and Research Center, for his valuable presence. Thank you, sir. I am indeed thankful to Dr. Shanavas Maipadi, the Associate Dean, Kanshur Institute of Medical Science, for his constant support in all our endeavors. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Rohan Moni sir, Chief Administrative Medical Officer, Kanshur Hospital and Research Center, for his enormous cooperation in organizing this event. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere thanks to Mrs. Shaila Sridhar, Nursing Superintendent, Kanshur Hospital and Research Center, for her cooperation and aid extended in all our endeavors.